Hey guys, Bricks Friday here with a new shard pool video on the channel. This is my main account. I have over 128 shards saved here, totally free to play. I've been playing for over 2 years, so I do get a lot of shards from a lot of events that I can complete. So I have 128 here, and I will also be pulling about 47 on the free to play noob to pro series, that is. So let's head over into the shard pools. Remember, this is the best time for you to pull your ancient shards, because there's a 2x chance that you get a legendary champion. If you head over to the chances there, it's now double. It used to be 0.5%, now it's 1% chance to get a legendary from your ancient shards. Also, the epics chances also increased. If you're looking for some awesome epics for your account, here's the best time to get it. It also coincides with a 10x chance to get Prince Kymar, a champion who I pulled recently also, and I have not built him, so I'm not looking to get a second Prince Kymar. A lot of people say it would be awesome to get a second one. I don't think I need a second one because I'm not that competitive. I guess what about dungeons? You want to do speed runs? I'm like, you have Renegade, so I'm not even running my Prince Kymar in dungeon because I have Renegade to do that. So I prefer he does only 3v3 arena, not even 1v1 arena. So I kind of don't want a second one, so I'm pulling my 128 shards, hoping I don't get a Prince Kymar. Because the last time we pulled shards on this account, I think I got 3 legendaries and I didn't get a 10x champion. So there's a chance that I will not get the 10x champion. I'm hoping this time I don't get the 10x champion. So what am I hoping to get? My account is kind of stacked. For a free to play account, if you head over to my champions list and expand it a little bit, you can kindly see that I do have a lot of legendary champions, including Lydia and the big names you might have heard of. Double Manita, we are not pulling voids today. A Lysandra, a Corona, Astrolon that I've not built. So my account is stacked. So I don't know what I'm looking for from these shard pools. That's what I'm saying. So hopefully anything that is not a duplicate champion, I will take it. So we do not want dupes on this account. Oops. Let's get started with the shard pools. Remember, after I pull 128, I'll head over to the noob to pro. That's where I'm hoping to get something game changing. I don't think any champion I pull in these shard pools will change my account. Maybe a Mata, maybe Venice. I don't know. I don't know what I'm expecting. We'll do 10 pulls, so this is a short kind of video. I don't know how close I am to the PT. But if we open RSL Helper, which tracks our PT, let's see what RSL Helper says about my PT. Event tracker, no, shard tracker. I'm kind of far. So the last one was a Prince Kymar, so I'm really far away from my PT. So there is a chance that we might pull this 120 and get one legendary champion. So we're using RSL Helper to track. If you don't know, if you have your RSL Helper open during shard pools, it will track how many shards you pull and how close you are to your PT. So make sure you have it running when you do your shard pools. Alright, we got an awkward brother from this 10 pool. He's awesome. I already have him, duplicate of him. And my Ogrin Tribe faction guardians is also full, so he might go immediately to be food. Shatterbones is a champion that I've been eyeing, but it's not one I want to immediately take to 60. I've been hearing a lot about him. So maybe one day. So I'll keep him for Ogrin Tribes. Farrakhan the Fat, this is the second one. I'm currently building the second, my first Farrakhan the Fat for the purpose of using him in my double monitor team. The simple budget double monitor team, which kind of broke my budget on killable. I used to do 50 million damage to the Ultra Nightmare clan boss with budget on killable. Then I built a double monitor team, and then I started doing 40 million damage. I was kind of pissed about that, but hey, as long as you can 2-key it, I guess. Stagnite is awesome. I don't need a second one though. One Stagnite is enough for your account, I guess. How many pools are we in? This is the third 10 pool, right? Zagala, Deacon Armstrong. I already have all these champions. He's awesome though. If you do not have a Deacon, if you use him as lead on most dungeon runs, he can, especially in a stun set, he will do great. I'm currently keeping Zagala and what's her name? There's a champion that goes with Zagala that also does AoE damage. I'm currently trying to build both of them for a Corona team or a all ally attack team. a long beard team, something like that, because I don't have a blender team like that for the dungeons or arena. I mean, Cornelia, I've heard a lot about her, but she's not yet coming to my radar as a champion I do want to build. She's kind of annoying though sometimes when she takes a turn in the arena and you're just sitting there like, what is this champion doing? Weird skills that she does have. No legendary yet. Any legendary will be fine as long as it's not a dupe. A husk, finally. This is a champion I've been hearing about a lot, especially for the Hydra. Now this is one I've been looking forward to. Everybody is talking about this champion. I do not know what he does, so let me take a look real quick. On the A1, he hits 2 times, has a 20% chance of placing provoke debuff for 1 turn. That's not a useful A1 in my teams at least. On the A2, he attacks all enemies, has a 35% chance of placing stun. 35% chance can be booked up to 60% chance of placing stun. That's a high chance. Damage inflicted is proportional to enemy max HP. Alright, now I see why he's talked about a lot. Enemy max HP damages are awesome. They do a lot of damage. So for an AoE skill, enemy max HP that can also stun, I think that's his main skill. But let me see what the A3 does. Attacks one enemy, damage increases according to this champion's current HP. So this is a 3-turn cooldown, building with a lot of HP, and it nukes. I don't see why everybody's crazy about him though. Does it do crazy amount of damage? His multiplier is crazy. I thought his skill would be kind of strange, or maybe 70% chance to stun or something, but increases ally HP in area battles by 30. Why is everybody crazy about Husk? Am I reading this wrong? I'm not seeing anything special besides this skill and this one that is based on his HP. That means if you build him with 100k HP, does that mean he nukes the entire wave? I'll have to check out some videos about him to see why everybody is crazy about Husk, especially for the Hydra that I think is being used for. Alright, welcome to the Team Hawks. That's my first one though. Apothecary, Sashi. I thought we could just get a bunch of epics together and take them into the Shadow King faction and beat it. Even with Ninja in that Shadow King faction, that faction is hard. I couldn't get past the second boss. I'm currently stuck on that. I built my team, although they are all level 50s. Ninja is level 60. Even Torag is level 60, but still couldn't get past the second boss. So a Sashi, I already have it. I'm looking for legendaries to beat that Shadow King faction. But I guess we are not gonna get them in this shard pool, because Shadow King champions are really difficult to get. Hell Freak, that's a good champion if you're starting out in the game. He swaps HP with the enemy. Claude the Beast Feeder. I don't know much about him, but he's one of the new ones to the game. New players use him a lot in the arena. I see them in the Noob to Pro arena. How many more 10 pulls do I need to pull before I get my legendary champion? Kalia, not so awesome. This is literally a tax. I'm close to pulling 100 without a legendary champion. Well, like I said, I'm not expecting anything special because I was so far away from PT. Let's see how many shard pulls we are. 38 more to go. So 3 more 10 pulls, then the rest of the 8 will be single pulls. Geomancer, this is my 3rd Geomancer. It's not a champion, you need 3 of him though. 2 Geomancer is fine. Maybe for different content, if you have one as your stun target. For the clan boss, Grush the Mangler, I do have this champion also. I didn't even get any game-changing epics that are new to me. Well, Grush was one. I think Grush was kind of game-changing for some accounts, but I don't know how useful it will be for me. Ultimate Garlic is now food these days because, yeah, it's finally a legendary champion and it's a Vizier Ovelis. Come on. That's not a champion you need 2 of either. I already have this legendary champion and and it's a dupe. It's not a dupe I even want. If you do not know what he does, this is his main skill. That's all you're going to use him for. Each hit has a 35% chance of increasing the duration of all debuffs on the enemy, and is used a lot for the clan boss. It just stays there and increases the duration of poisons and decrease attack and decrease defense. That's what we're using for. His other skill that you might use for other content is this one. Applies a debuff spread. So if you have debuffs on one champion, you can spread it to all other enemies on the team. For the Hydra, a lot of people use him for these block buffs, which you can also spread in the next turn, I guess. If you place this before you now go with this A3 to spread it. But it's not a champion I'm excited about getting, obviously, because it's a champion I already have. So Vizier will be from which faction? Dark Elves. So he will help get 10% HP for himself as faction guardian. That's my shard pool. I have 8 more to go, and that's the only legendary I know I'll get on this account. I didn't come into this shard pools excited because my Prince Kymar was my last legendary champion, the last 2x shard pools that we did on this account. But hey, the Noob to Pro I think will redeem us. The Noob to Pro will make something happen. Even if it's just epics, I know something will happen on that Noob to Pro account. 4 more ancient shards to go. And because I know I'm far away from my luck, I'm also not going to spend gems to buy more ancient shards. Those who really want a Prince Kymar really bad are going crazy about the shard pools, and they are spending all their gems, spending money to make sure they get a Prince Kymar, because after today you don't know when you get this opportunity to get a Prince Kymar. 1 more ancient shards to go, and then we switch over to the Noob to Pro account where we are looking for awesome game changing epics. Not even legendary. Alright, so now I have a lot of food on my account, a lot of 3-star food to turn into 40 and 50s. That's all I spent this shard on, food. Alright, let's switch over to the Noob to Pro. I'll be right back. Alright, I'm back on the Noob to Pro, and you can see we have 47 shards over there, ancient shards to pull on this account. I'm also going to do 10 pulls. This account is a Noob to Pro series we started. It's about 70 days old, and I've been giving periodic updates about how the account is progressing. We're currently stuck on the Arbiter missions, and we are hoping to get gear that will make us push past that mission. But hey, if we get a champion that will change the arena, so we don't have to use Kill as our main nuker, that's an Otikata, that's a Karam. We got a lot of epic champions, which is what we need for this account. So will that be useful? That's what we don't know. Now the only one I'll really check out is Otikata, because I don't know her skills. Let's see, this is the Demon Spawn champion, an epic. Looks like the other Demon Spawn champions, but with a little bit more, less feather, more red, dead looking thing. Is this scales? I don't know. On the A1, she attacks 2 times. Each hit has a 30% chance of increasing the duration of 2 poison debuffs. She increases the duration of 2 poison debuffs. That means poison has to already be out there. 30% chance though is kind of low, can be booked up to 40-50% chance of increasing it. So that's kind of useful, especially if you have poisons out there already. But let's see, she also places poison sensitivity. Now I already have Frozen Banshee on this account, so I can tell this champion will not replace Frozen Banshee. Each hit attacks 3 times though. Each hit has a 30% chance of placing 25%. That's a really low chance of placing it. Also booked up to 50% chance of placing poison sensitivity. I don't need that 50-50 luck. I have Frozen Banshee who can place poison sensitivity. Although each hit, that means she has a more chance of placing it, 50-50-50. So she hits 3 times. Each hit has a 30% chance or 50% chance. So definitely this skill will place it. But having an A2 skill that places only poison sensitivity is not a good one. Because why? I'm still comparing that skill with Frozen Banshee's poison sensitivity skill. This is an epic. How can epic be placing poison sensitivity on an A2 skill? Should be on an A1 or something. Or she can place it with 1 poison or something. I mean, Otikata, not looking nice. On A3 attacks 4 times at random. Each hit has a 50% chance of placing hex debuffs for 2 turns. Okay, what does the hex do? On a passive though, whenever these champions or an ally lands a critical hit on an enemy under hex debuff, has a 10% chance of placing 5%. 10% chance can be booked up to 25% chance of placing poison. She's not a good poisoner. A lot of condition. Hex is required to place the poison, so you might take 1 turn, 2 turns before even the poison start to place, and even there it's a very low chance to place this poison. So no, your good old-fashioned Frozen Banshee is still a better poisoner than this champion, even if she has a chance of extending it. No, we'd rather poisons fall off and we place it again than have a champion that might extend it. So this champion is not going to be built for the Noob to Pro, unfortunately. Frozen Banshee is still better. Occult Brawler is still better. Karam is the next epic that we got on the Noob to Pro. Let's see if he's going to be changing the account in any way. On its A1, poisoners again. What is it with this account and poisoners? I already have a Banshee. I don't need all these poisons. He has a 30% chance of placing 5% poison debuffs for 2 turns on his A1. He hits only once though. On his A2, has an extra 15% chance of inflicting a critical hit. That means you don't need to build him with max crits, but it's a very low chance of inflicting that critical hit though. A 3-turn cooldown, damage increases according to the amount of HP this champion has lost. I don't like these skills. Although for an unkillable team, he might be able to do a lot of damage because of he will lose all his HP. Alright, deals damage from all poisons debuffs on this target. So he explodes poisons. If the target is a boss, receives 50% less damage from the poison debuffs. Wait, deals damage from all poison debuffs on the target instantly. So you can explode the poison on a 4-turn cooldown. If the target is a boss, they receive 50% less damage, okay, from those poisons. Xavier doesn't do 50% less damage against poisons. Although we understand he's an epic, he shouldn't need to explode all the poisons with a 100% damage. So I guess that's why they made him do 50% less damage when he explodes it against bosses. So we are not, this is not an AoE skill, so you'll not be using this champion for wave content. So he will not be built for my account. If he does 100% damage to the boss's poison, I guess we'll let him go, but no. That's not a useful skill. Karam will go to the vault. Let me know if I'm wrong about my first impressions of this champion, because obviously I've never built them or used them, and they're not quite popular in the community if you ask me. And our next temple on the account, let's see if we have a better chance or more epics. That's one epic. That's a Tashon. That's not a good one either. Another epic, please. Rear Guard Sergeant. Now that's a good one, because why? Ally Protect, right? 50% chance, 50% ally protect buff, and a 15% continuous heal buff on all allies except this champion for 2 turns. So ally protect is good, especially now that we are trying to build a brutal team. She will be important for this team. We already have 1 ally protector, and double ally protect is crazy for the clan boss. So on this A2, we have attacks all enemies, has the 50% chance of placing decreased attack. So she kind of replaces Nazana, but when she places her ally protect, she does not protect herself. Nazana places ally protect and puts a shield on herself. Rearguard just places ally protect and just sits there taking all the damage. But they are both epic, so I think Nazana is doing a better job at ally protect than Rearguard, because she doesn't protect herself, and this might mean she goes down fast. Let me know if I'm wrong. Although on the A1, decreased defense. Okay, now this is difference. This is the difference between Nazana and Rearguard. Her A1 is at least useful for the clan boss, but I already have Fane built for decreased defense. That means Rearguard might not even be coming in. But anyways, we'll still review the account and see Nazana and Rearguard who should be ally protector, or we'll use both of them and take out what's her name. But I need that weaken. Anyways, that's Rearguard Sergeant. She'll be awesome for the dwarf faction. We already have 1 dwarf already sitting there. legendary champion. Metal Shaper will be awesome for what's his face now, Scarab boss. So when you do get this rare champion, do not use him as food. This skill, I think this is it, places a shield buff on all allies for 2 turns. The value of the shield is proportional to this champion's level. So he will be shielding your allies for 2 turns each time when you do damage to that Scarab boss. Although even if he's a normal boss, although you have accessories that can help you, it's better to use this champion, I think, than those accessories on all your champions. Finally, Tashon, let me see if he's going to be useful for this account. A1 provoke, not useful. He's based on defense though, so that's kind of good. Attacks all enemies, places a weaken for 2 turns, also not that useful. Increase defense buff on all allies for 2 turns, fills the turn meter of all allies by 20%. A 4-turn cooldown skill, also not that crazy, I guess. Places strengthening buff on this champion. Come on, why don't you place it on everybody else? So he will not be useful for at least my clan boss team. I don't think anybody have built this champion fully to use him, except you really needed that increased defense for something. All right, 2 more 10 pools for us to go. How come I'm lacking silver? I did farm some silver before I started these shard pools. I'll be right back. All right, let's continue with the shard pools. I did make out some space and we have another 10 pool to go and 17 more left. Epics, please. That's all I'm asking for. Epics. Am I gonna get all rares? Of course. Tax. Let's go. Nothing impressive to even talk about there. Spirit host maybe. But our time has passed. That's a Farrakin the Fat for the Noob to Pro. A Farrakin the Fat for the Noob to Pro. Come on. We're heading straight into brutal or even nightmare with Farrakin the Fat on your team. Double the damage for your entire team. More poisons from Frozen Banshee when she takes her A1 with Farrakin the Fat on that team. I don't know how useful it will be in what do you call this, in clan boss, I mean in the dungeons, but hey, if we build him for the clan boss, we will test him in the dungeon also. Now the champion I do want to check out is Umetogi. I don't know what this champion does. That's a epic champion from the Shadow King faction. Attacks one enemy 2 times, has a additional 20% chance of inflicting critical hit on this champion if this champion is under veil or perfect veil. So that's a condition of inflicting critical hits, which we don't care about. Attacks one enemy 2 times, each hit will ignore 20% of the target's defense, has an additional 20% chance again of. So I think all our skill can be built this champion with basically 80% crit rate. Places veil or perfect veil, I mean, and a 30% increased speed buff on this champion for 2 turns. Then fills this champion's turn meter by 40%. That's a huge skill that will be on a 3-turn cooldown. This is huge. So I guess she starts the battle with the A3 before she goes into the A1 or the A2. Let's see what the passive does though. Whenever this champion is attacked, completely blocks 1 hit, decreases the incoming damage to 0. I think this champion was part of a fusion or something. Then counter attacks with the default skill. When attacked by a boss, decrease the incoming damage by 50% instead before counter attacking. That's a huge passive that is on a 2-turn cooldown. Increase crit rate in all battles by 15%. So this is like a nuker type of champion, but it's not an AoE damage, right? This is one enemy. So she can't be replacement for our Kale right now, who is our main nuker. So I was really looking for a nuker that will be for the arena. But hey, with Farrakin the Fat, I forgot to mention that he is also awesome for the arena. Anybody that sees Farrakin on your team, they kind of get scared to attack that team. But we need AoE damage to go with him. But if all you have is single target damage, I don't think he would be so awesome for the arena. So we'll see if he can help us there too. So 10 more shard pools. No, how many? 7 more to go and we'll be done with the shard pools for this account. Be right back. We got a Sentinel, 6 more to go. Are we gonna get any other epic that will change this account? At least we got a Farrakhan. That's the highlight of this whole shard pool. I think getting a Farrakhan on this noob to pro was even better than getting that legendary on my main account. Dupe legendary. Can we get one more epic, please? Plarium. Avir the Archmage. 3 more ancients to go. We did save all these shards totally free to play on this account. So yes, you can also save a lot of shards and wait for 2x to pull them. As a noob to pro or as a free to play player, that's the best time for you to pull. And as you can see, we did benefit. If you've been pulling all your ancient shards willy-nilly whenever you get them and getting all rares, this is what happens when you save them. You do get some game-changing epics. Even if you don't get a legendary champion, you do get some game-changing epics. And you also wait until your time has come for, what do you call it? The 79, if you're closer to your PT. So yes, this noob to pro is far away from PT also. That's why we're not expecting a legendary. That's my shard pool on my main account on the noob to pro. We did get some awesome champions, some game-changing champions, but I did not expect anything from my main account. So even that legendary champion was not that of, I wasn't bothered about it, as you can see. I'm not excited about it, I'm not mad about it, because when you do pull a Prince Kymar in your last shard pool, you cannot expect to have the same luck on your new shard pool video. So I wasn't expecting anything on this one. Alright, if you do like this video, make sure you drop a like right now before it ends, and subscribe to my YouTube channel for more Raid Shadow Legends content. I post all type of content, both for free to play and advanced accounts from my main account. Alright, I'll see you guys in the next one. Later guys.